Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol OCGN, Ocugen Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel. Invest for tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And I just want to quickly announce to every single viewer and investor, stay tuned till the end because I have a ticker symbol that you definitely want to have on your watch list if you haven't already added it, because I talked about it about 2 to 3 weeks ago. We're going to reiterate some stuff based off the chart's movement and the forward outlook potential. So stay tuned till the end. And it has to do with vaccines as well, especially with how the vaccine rollouts are happening and what the goals are. There should be some upward potential on that one. So you definitely won't want to miss this one, and you want to add it to your watch list. So stay tuned till the end. So Ocugen Inc. Downward direction. We've talked about the subtle downward direction. We saw this move back up. It was holding itself up, and from this point forward, the 22nd, it has started to fall. I have two things to say to everyone about this fall. That started on the 22nd. The first thing, before we go ahead and say what I believe has caused this type of sharper movement downwards, is that we're sitting right now at the most important support level. We broke through 172. We're sitting at 162. We hit newer lows, which we're going to look at in just a moment. But if this gets broken through and we can't sit above it, this will be on its way down to newer lows and new support levels. Now, there's two ways to look at it. Opportunity to get out, or opportunity to get in for the first time, or opportunity to get some more, right? I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold, but it all depends on your risk tolerance and also the fact of what your due diligence and research has shown you. But this is what I'm seeing, and this is what I want to really emphasize. A lot of investors that were in Ocugen were like, okay, Ocugen is partnered up with the Covaxin creator from India. Okay, Covaxin gets emergency approval in India. Okay, the phase trials are going well in India. And everybody's in hopes of it arriving to the US market because Ocugen partner up to be the US market distributor. So that's official for Ocugen. But it hasn't become official in US market grounds, right? That's between Ocugen and the Covaxin creator. That's the one thing I want every single investor to be aware of. So a lot of investors are pulling back because if, right, the new administration does go through with their 1.5 million or their 1 million or even a little bit less than that, if they miss it by a few numbers, or if they go higher and they do this, they say every single day they want to be above 1 million, 1.5 million. And like I said, if they miss it and they do this for a year, they can probably vaccinate over half or even 3/3, right? 3/3, 2/3 of the population. 3/3 is the whole population. I don't know why I said that, but at least 2/3 and even beyond, and maybe even 3/3, the whole population. If you do the math, there's 365 days in a year, and if you do 1 million each day, that's over 300 million. So that would be possibly almost the whole population of the U.S. market. So just to say 2/3, I believe that's something to think of and say, okay, well, who has right now the largest market share of the U.S. market? Well, it's Pfizer or Pfizer, however you want to pronounce it, but it's Pfizer as they pronounce it. But I know people call it Pfizer. And Moderna. Those two have already jumped, started everything. They're the ones ahead of the game. So by the time Ocugen can bring Covaxin into the U.S. markets, the market share is going to be very limited. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be bad for Ocugen. Ocugen will have an opportunity to rise up, but that's even if they get the chance to qualify on U.S. market grounds to be the U.S. market distributor of Covaxin. That's what we need to think about as investors. And I've always told, if you guys have seen my videos previously, I want you to always think about, why did it go up here and why did it go up here? I asked many of you guys, and a lot of you guys answered correctly, and I really appreciate that. Not just for yourselves, but for other investors, and even to confirm to me if what I'm seeing is correct and what those dates were reflecting. But the first time here is the news that Ocugen might be partnering up with Covaxin creator out in India, right? Borat. And then starts to cool off, and then it gets emergency approval. And then phase 3 trials are going on, and things seem to be looking pretty good, and it's doing really well in the effectiveness. And then also more information on the cocktail, right? The cool thing about Covaxin that makes it a little bit different is the cocktail is traditionally made, right? As we know, vaccines, inactive form of the virus, and it's supposedly really good for any evolving COVID-19 strains, according to studies and articles. So these two runs were based off of good news, and then where are we? And it continues to work its way down. We're currently sitting at 162. I want every single investor to be aware that if we break through this, I'm not saying that the chart is completely destroyed and there's no chance of this coming back up, but it is some point that we've been watching closely that if we get crossed there, like there's a lot less support levels to watch here from how bullish this was. The next point's down at 65 and maybe a midway point at 113, and the point we're about to look at right now. So we need to watch how it continues to play out. I can't really tell you guys, oh, okay, 113. We'll really zoom in if this continues downwards, but we need to watch it closely. The 50-day moving average is 187. As long as we're below it, we're in bearish territory. The moment we're above it, we're in bullish territory. The support level is 141. If that gets broken through, we need to watch this carefully, and we need to see how this is reacting moving forward and how it's behaving within 141 and the next support levels below that. I said 113 to kind of throw a number right there in the midway point, but we would have to zoom on in and see if it breaks through 141 and then see another support level based off the chart's history. As of right now, 141 is pretty important, and we want to see this actually stay above 162. Now our resistance level is 180. That needs to be broken through, but that does not signify that the bulls have gained control. They need to break through the 50-day moving average and work their way up higher to newer resistance levels and deeper into bullish territory moving forward. If they accomplish to break through 180 and 187, the 50-day moving average, the next point would be 194. So I want every single investor to have that written down, and we'll have to see how it continues to play out if it continues the volatility in the upward direction. But 180 needs to be broken through, turn into a support so that the bulls can work their way up, but it does not guarantee or signify that the bulls are going to get right into bullish territory. They need to continue to work their way up. This is just an indicator to let us know where the momentum is heading. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned till the end because I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss and you definitely want to have on your watch list. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, I definitely want every single investor to be aware of the fact that the ticker symbol I'm about to share, I've talked about it before. The link has been below in every single video in the description, and I'm going to retouch base on it, and I believe it's a ticker symbol every single investor in the near future should have on their watch list, whether it's after watching this video or focusing on other stocks or just adding it to your watch list and keeping it on your radar. You definitely want to have this one right there. You're watching its movement, watching its behavior, and you definitely want to do research on it. I've talked about it before. This ticker symbol is WBA. I'm here to retouch base on it because Walgreens Boots Alliance Inc. has had a slight pullback, but it's showing healthy signs of growth. If you look at the video when I did it, it was way back here around $42, $41 and some change. I don't really remember just yet where it was at, but it's down below. The description down below has the link. You'll definitely want to see that video to get a better understanding of my theory, my analysis, and what I'm seeing overall in the chart, because I go all the way back to the year 2000, all the way leading until now. And for now, it's looking like it's having some type of effect on the positive side. And then also some of the new news, I went ahead and pinned the comment, the first comment down below in the comment section of that video, the one down below in the description. And I'm talking about some of the growth expansions that WBA is having moving forward. Like, it's really expanding and it's partnering up with others. So you definitely want to see why the reasoning behind this has potential, and you definitely wanted to have it on your radar. So we talked about it back here around $41, $42. It grew all the way up to 49, slight pullback. And this was a time to reconsider if this was the time you wanted to get in, if you haven't already. And if you were already in, you were going to see it as an opportunity. There's always two ways to look at a stock when it's going down, depending on what your end goal is and where you're trying to see this go and how much more potential you see. So opportunity to get out and say goodbye to the stock or put it back on your watch list, or opportunity to get in with more or for the first time. And here we are seeing it run up again. It hit highs of 55. That was pretty volatile for Walgreens, but it hit a high here of about 53, brought itself back down, and it's consolidating right now at 51. So far, it's holding itself up nicely from $46. Is there potential for this to continue to work its way up? Certainly. And with all the news on vaccine rollouts and the goals of the new administration, that's just going to benefit Walgreens tremendously. So if you want a full thorough analysis on everything that I talked about back when I found out that this was an opportunity to have on your watch list and watch closely and keep it on your radar, because I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold, but I am here to enlighten every single investor. Go down below in the description. In that link, you'll see it. It says the Walgreens must add to your watch list, and it has the potential to 2x your money. And the reason why I say that is based off the history of the chart and moving forward, the potential that Walgreens is having. I mean, it's partnering up to the point that it's even going to have clinics, according to articles and information on what they're doing and rolling out moving forward, plus vaccine hopes, vaccine revenue, market share, and so forth. And they're usually administering vaccines, right? So Walgreens has that. And then there's a whole nother theory that you definitely want to tune in on, because I go ahead and break it down. I could be completely wrong or completely correct, but I highly encourage you guys to check out everything that I have to say about it. And I look forward to seeing your guys' comments down below in the comment section about that video, either here or on that video, on how you feel about what I see and what we're seeing already, how the chart has moved. So definitely add this to your watch list and keep it on your radar if you have not already. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.